Yo guys, today let's talk about SMITE, Battleground of the Gods. Is there still a possibility that SMITE will one day come back? You know, SMITE itself is a great game. There's so much potential when it comes to SMITE, but the game is pretty mismanaged, and that's the issue. Even though we had like no MOBA, we literally had no competition on the MOBA market, and SMITE is still not doing so well. So let's talk about some of the core issues that have been holding SMITE back. Some of the core issues, like the game balance. You know, we all know that, you know, hunter items or mage items are way overtuned. For example, you know, crit items have way too many stats. You have attack speed, lifesteal, crit, everything on one item. And same with most mage items. Hi-Res removed most of the fun juke items like Witchblade or Boomba Mask. They removed most of the good support items like Runic Shield, Voidstone, Void Shield, Witchblade again, you know, skins and cosmetics these days don't actually mean much. Back in the days, not only were cosmetics cheaper, but you could also earn them by playing the game. And this is what the game is missing, more feeling of achievement and progression. Let's see. So what do Hi-Res needs to do if they want to fix SMITE, okay? So what we need is to bring back old fun game modes for weekends, right? They could always, you know, bring back Domination or Adventures or SMITE Kart for weekends, right? You can just put it in rotation, right? And this will just bring in more players. You can fix the UI. We desperately need UI that actually has character. If you check the Diamond, UI 7 years ago had way more character than UI today. It really felt like the battleground of the gods. And there are other in-game issues like sound parameters, for example. This is actually really important for content creators. Sound effect and sound commands are still on the same sound parameter, so if you wanna hear the voice lines, your voice effects will be way too loud. SMITE competitive scene, you know, we have the same 15 teams, we have the same players over and over again. We wanna see competition, we wanna see tournaments. This is why we need Olympians to, you know, they need to, we actually have something called in Vulpes esport. There are like weekly tournaments, which is really cool, but Olympians should be the one to make more tournaments, right? And this game, you know, what Hi-Res needs to do is to make separate EU and North America tournaments and let few best teams players play it out for final reward in Atlanta, so you get viewers and sponsorships from both and most continents. And one of the biggest problem with SMITE is that it has very divided community. We have bad moderation on SMITE Reddit, no memes allowed, no flares, 6 my subreddits instead of 1 with flares. We have arena versus conquest players. Like, why not give arena fans like a good map or a ranked leaderboard and rewards? You would bring in so many more players, right? And then you just make weekly tournaments for arena or conquest and you are golden, right? We need ranked functionality for arena fans. We need old fun game modes back into the rotation for weekends. We need more initiative to actually play the game. Small chest for wins. More commendation rewards. Ability to commend enemies. Achievement points rewards. Why do we have achievement points when they don't mean anything? Clan wars. There is so much thing you can do with the game. And this is there is also big issues with SMITE meta. We have the same meta for 5 years. The meta is the same. You always go fucking Jotun's Wrath, flat pin item first. You go, you know, snowballing, even now that, you know, the Harris implemented anti-snowball mechanics, people still don't counter build. We are now in the crit meta, and people still don't buy Spectral, right? People still don't buy Winged Blade or Valor on carries to have more HP, to have physical protection cooldown, to survive. You know, they still don't counter build, right? And this is the problem. Back in the days we used to buy stats, right? But now we just buy items with too many stats, and this is the issue, the lack of counter building, the, you know, like, I wanted to say something, but I'm not sure what. We had like no MOBA competition, right? There is so much Harris can do. And you know, it feels like SMITE was way more fun. And last 5 years we are focusing on totally wrong things. That's the problem with SMITE, where Harris never really fixed the core issues this game has, like the lack of ranked functionality for arena, or a simple good map for arena players. We still don't have old fun game modes back. They still didn't fix, you know, voice, you know, sound parameters. They still didn't fix UI. The meta is stale and boring, and SMITE competitive scene is non-existent practically, right? Why is Harris even paying those guys? They need to make, we wanna see competition. That's what we wanna see, right? And Harris really desperately needs to make some changes before they actually got competition on the MOBA market. Because when the new MOBA will come out, if Harris won't do something good like new arena map, rank leaderboard and rewards for arena fans, the game will simply die, and that's the problem with SMITE. And you know, I have been playing SMITE for 10 years, but these days I don't really see reason to play SMITE anymore. It just feels like a waste of time, a waste of effort. You know, why I'm putting so much love in this game if I get nothing in return? And it's same with content creation for SMITE, right? And this has been an issue for years. It's not worth to be SMITE content creator, you know, because only way how you can make it as a SMITE content creator is that you get on SPL, VS Connection, or how this guy got there, Weekend, Seagull, most Hadix, Icon, you know, Zapman, most of these guys make their careers by being on SMITE SPL, and this is the issue. There is no actual competition, right? And when, you know, these guys are literally getting handpicked. That's the issue. Then why would anybody take SMITE seriously? On top of the fact, over moderation has been holding SMITE back for years too now. People getting banned to SMITE SPL chat, blah blah, you know, getting banned there. And a lot of these guys who bring light and fire and competitive spirit are banned in most SMITE communities, right? Especially Sagittarius, right? And you know, you can only make so much content about SMITE before it gets stale. It's always the same thing. Conquest, snowballing, and the same 3 items on every god. Harris don't have balls to change anything, right? Instead they actually remove fun items, they remove good juke items, they remove good support items. Why? Harris really needs to go back and bring back all these removed items, Witchblade, Boomba Mask, Runic Shield, Witchblade, Void Shield, you know, Void Stone. Why they remove these items? These items gave so much depth to SMITE, right? And it really allowed you to, you know, go far and beyond, not just have the same 3 abilities. And you know, the game is way too simple. The lack of counter building, the lack of actually fun juke mechanics. Most gods have the same bloated kits, not even fun. You have the same 3 4 abilities on every god. There is not much room to improve, to, you know, to stand out. And this is the issue with SMITE, right? And it's almost impossible to make it as a SMITE content creator. We have the same 10 guys, right?
Good evening, gamer.
We have the same 10 guys 5 years in a row. Adapting, Fine OK, Sino, Captain Twig. These guys are not so good, they just intentionally lack competition because they are too busy making money from hires and sponsors on YouTube. And this is the biggest issue of SMITE community. There is no actual competition, no way. It's the same 5 guys, like, you know, nobody really cares about those guys because they didn't really earn their spots. They're not the best, they just lack competition. And this is the problem with SMITE. One of the biggest problems with SMITE is they have no idea how to manage their communities. No idea. They're still dividing community, arena players versus conquest players, just because they don't give ranked functionality to arena fans. They divide it. You know, SMITE competitive scene is non-existent because Harris has no idea how to manage it. There is no competition, no tournaments. It's literally guys getting handpicked and guys who gatekeep everyone else to get ever into SMITE competitive scene. Because it's just a huge business. Because only those guys who get on SMITE SPL, only those guys will get views on YouTube. Because people think they're one of the best, right? They're not. And this is the problem with most esports, right? And we need, you know, but you know, these days, it's literally the same 3 items on every god. There is no more counter building, supports is not even fun. I mean, you have to buy, you know, Spectral to fight the crit meta, you buy the Stone of Binding, no more Witchblades, you know, no more juking. They removed, you know, when they removed Witchblade, they also destroyed one of the best way to juke people in this game. You know, there was a Winged plus Witchblade combo, you can juke anybody in this game, it's really fun. But not anymore, right? Let's play SMITE.